Okay, in section 2, we're dealing with substitution and elimination, and yes, we will deal with substitution first. Figure out what quarters it's causing this to rock like that. Okay, close enough. I would never ask you to do this particular question with the method of substitution. So let's just skip this one, question 1 for now, okay? Because I do not want to use substitution for that, and I'll describe to you why later. Okay? Let's jump down to question 2. All right? I think I remember substitution being a pretty easy thing for most of you. So what are you going to do with this 2x right here? You're going to push it into the other one, right? Okay, you're going to substitute and rewrite this first equation. And solve. Okay, so see if you can come up with x and y now that we've done that substitution. All right, so 4x is equal to 8. What is 1x equal to? 2. Where are we going to stick that? In the x? So I got a question for you. Does it matter which equation I use? No, it doesn't. Is there one that might be easier than the other one? Yeah, I mean, these aren't very complicated equations, but I still would probably go with that one right there. So, oops. Is this the correct answer? Is what I've drawn or written the correct answer? I got to vote for no. Do you agree or disagree? Do you think that that person is right when they say that I'm wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, I know, but you're agreeing with yourself, so I got to find other people. Yeah? Correct. So I have the wrong place. So 2, 4 is the correct coordinate of the universe. Are 2, 4, and 4, 2 the same place on a graph? David, are 2, 4, and 4, 2 the same place on a graph? So I got one person answering me and other people ignoring me. Thank you. No, they're not the same place. Yes, it does matter. Okay, question 3. Solve the system by substitution. What are we going to be doing with the 2y plus 4? What are we going to be doing with the 2y plus 4? Plugging it in for that x. So this first equation would look like this. Okay, go for it. Got yourself 10y plus 20 plus 2y equals 8. If you add your y's together, what do you get? Add the y's together, what do you get? 12y. And when you push this 20 to the other side, you will get a negative 20, or negative 12, I should say. When you subtract this to the other side, you will get a negative 12. Of course, then we will do some division. What are we going to divide by? 12. And when we divide by 12, we get what? Negative 1. What are we going to do with it? Plug it in. Plug it in. Let me see your work on how you plugged it back in. Good. you chose the first equation? Yeah, I would do the second. Thank you. Okay. I get it. That's why. Oh, are you going to ask a question? Okay. I would never choose to do substitution with that question. I'll tell you why. I would do elimination with that question. That's why I didn't. That's why I saved that question. You can, because you could do any of these with substitution or elimination. You can check the answer sheet because it's attached. Okay. Okay, so x equals 2 times negative 1 plus 4. What do we end up with for x? What? Sorry. 2. Thank you. So what's the actual coordinate where they cross? 2 and negative 1. Okay. Now, I know that this next question says solve by substitution, but I would not solve it by substitution. Now, could you? Sure you could. And if you did want to solve it by substitution, but folks, I'm not going to be asking for you to do it with substitution. I would do it by elimination. And that's what I want to focus the next part of the notes on is elimination. But I would not be doing this with substitution. Okay? I would be eliminating. Now, let's see if we can find another one to start with first that might be a touch easier than this one. Nope. I'm looking for a specific. Oh, here's a good one. Question 5. Let's start with this one. The goal of elimination is to add or subtract the equations together so that you can get rid of one of the variables. Folks, I think that you are smart people, but subtraction is not your best thing. You guys are awesome at addition. So I would really like to stick with addition only. I know that you can subtract in elimination, but I see way too many mistakes that happen with subtraction. You do great at the beginning, and then somewhere in the middle it falls apart. So let's just stick with addition because you guys are awesome at it. Can you, here's my question to you right now, can you add these two equations together and get rid of one of the variables right now? Yes. That is why this is an easy one to start with, because those two get eliminated, and I'm left with 2x equals 6. What does x equal? Not 4. 3. There we go. And then I can pick one of the equations and plug it back into, so I could have, whoops, can't even follow my own. 3 plus y equals negative 1. What does 1y equal? What does 1y equal? Negative 4. And what is the correct answer to my question?
3 negative 4.
Hey, nice job. 3 negative 4. It is extremely important that you be able to do all of the work. I'm not giving credit to you on quizzes and tests, or on tests when you just slap down an answer. You've got to be able to show me how you did it. Okay? See if we've got, oops, here's another one. Show me your work on question 6. Oops. So when you added them together, 6y equals 36. What does 1y equal? 6. Is there a favorite equation that you have that we should plug the y back into? Does it really matter? It doesn't really matter. I personally would choose the bottom one. Somebody back here said the bottom one, and I think that is what I would choose. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. You take the one you want. Negative 8x plus 6 equals 46. Okay, and then you start with the subtract 6 to the other side. Negative 8x equals 40. And what do we get for 1x? Negative 5. So, final answer? Negative 5, 6, yep. Let's see. All right, let's go back up here to question 1. Let's go back up here to question 1 because this is a definite elimination question. Now, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you before. Can you add these two equations together right now and get rid of one of the variables immediately? No. So we need to multiply one of the equations, and I'm going to suggest to you that it's the first one. Although there are more than one way to do this. You could eliminate the x's, but I think that would be a lot more struggle. What should I multiply the top one by so we can get rid of the y's? Thank you. 4. And for those of you who are going to ask me, can you multiply one equation by one number and the other equation by another number? The answer is yes, you can. So for instance, I know you're wrinkling your forehead at me, I could multiply the top one by 7 and the bottom one by negative 5 and get rid of the x's. But that's more work, which is why I'm not doing it. But it would work. For instance, we're multiplying the top one by 4, and technically we're multiplying the bottom one by 1, although nobody cool at parties ever says multiply by 1, do they? Because if you say multiply by 1, what happens? You get kicked out of the party. It's like saying add 0. I mean, who does this? Yes, I talk about parties all the time. Okay, so if I distribute the 4, what do I end up with? 20x minus 4y equals, it's 27 times 4, it's over 100. 108, okay, thank you. The bottom one is staying the same, and now it looks like something we can work with. You keep going and finish. Okay, oops, so if we add these together we get 27x equals 135. What does that mean about 1x? X is equal to 5. Okay. If x is equal to 5, how do I find y that goes with it? Alright, do you have a preference on which equation I pick? Top one, excellent choice. I think because the y is alone. That would be the only reason that I could give you to do that. Otherwise, I'd have no real preference. Whoa, I cannot write. What is going on here? Okay, so if I bring that 25 to the other side, it says negative y equals 2. What does 1y equal? If negative y is equal to 2, what's 1y equal to? Negative 2. Thanks for dividing with me. So 5 and negative 2. And that's enough for today.